let's get to the starting gate. We try to hit as many topics as we can in the show, and to let you know what's going on in the show, here's Mike Melvin.
Got one or two topics. Husker hoops tipped off their seasons, both men's and women's, last Monday. Women's team knocked off Omaha 100-36. Izzy Bourne led the way with 21 points. 4 other Huskers scored in double figures. Allison Wider had 19, Betty Kroll 18, Alexis Markowski 13, Annika Stewart 10. First time in program history, every player hit a three that played, and the team scored 100 points, and they did not attempt a free throw. That's right. They did not attempt a free throw. And then Husker women's hoops on Friday night at home knocked off Houston Baptist. I believe that one was
78-49.
There you go. Thank you. Just as I was
For some reason, I just wrote that down. I don't know why. That's the reason I knew that.
Men's team winds up 2-0 on the season. That is the first time in the Fred Hoiberg era that Nebraska is 2-0. They beat Maine 79-66 and then Omaha 75-61. Huskers play St. John's this coming Thursday, and that one is out in New York at 5:30. On Monday of this last week, Colts owner Jim Irsay vigorously defended his rather stunning decision to hire former Colts lineman Jeff Saturday as the team's head coach this Saturday.
Isn't that very odd? I mean, Saturday is a good commentator on ESPN.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been coaching for a while. And just to think that you can go from, I guess Herm Edwards did it pretty well for a while, going from ESPN to coaching Arizona State, but then he got fired.
Well, but you got to, the thing is, Jeff Saturday's never coached at a level above high school, ever. That said, the Colts are down 1 at Vegas with 1:51 left in the third.
Brilliant move hiring Jeff Saturday. I knew it all along. It was a great move.
Last Saturday night, early Sunday morning, Nebraska safety Miles Farmer cited for DUI after the Huskers lost to Minnesota, pulled over for a failure to signal around 10th and P, 12:30 in the morning. Blood alcohol content was 0.123. It was suspended for last week's game. He will face other internal discipline as well as the penalties he's going to face through the legal system. Wednesday, Brooklyn Nets hire former Kansas guard Jock Vaughn as their new head coach after Steve Nash was fired back on November 1st. Wednesday, Husker volleyball team unveiled the number 1 recruiting class in the country for the second time in 3 years. 5 players signed their letter of intent. Huskers got the number 1 ranked setter, Bergen Riley, number 1 ranked libero, Laney Choboy, number 2 outside hitter in Harper Murray, number 3 middle blocker in Andy Jackson, and the 15th overall ranked player in the class, Caroline Jervicius.
When's John Cook going to start recruiting? Come on.
Know.
Get off your butt and do something. Come on.
Can't believe it. Now,
I wonder how close it is to the greatest recruiting class ever in volleyball. I mean, it's got to be up there.
We'll go back 2 years. We had 3 different publications name a different number 1 high school recruit.
That's
all 3 of them signed with Nebraska.
Was that the Alec, Lonstein, Krause?
No, that was Batenhorst, Lexi Rodriguez, and Lindsey Krause.
Yeah. Alec wouldn't have been in that one. But
yeah,
you're right. I mean, it's incredible, but you almost wonder if John Cook going forward might adjust his recruiting to take not all freshmen, take 1 big time transfer. Like, where would they be? Where would they be without a Caitlin Horde right now? I mean, maybe you save one of those spots for a Caitlin Horde every year.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons I think Wisconsin won the national championship. All of their starters were over 40.
Yeah,
I mean, they had been playing volleyball forever.
They had. COVID year helped them out quite a bit.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, men's hoop team announced that Eli Rice is going to be their lone signee right now. 3-star will play this season at IMG Academy in Florida. Husker women's hoops signed 2 on Wednesday. Each have won their state's Gatorade Player of the Year honor. Logan Nisley from Bismarck, North Dakota, and Natalie Potts from St. Louis, Missouri. Baseball signs a class of just 9. Will Bolt's current roster currently sits at 46 players. He needs to be down to 39 by the time the season starts in mid-February. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Some guys are probably going to go to JUCO, and some other guys are going to have some tough conversations. Yep. And then volleyball. On the court, Nebraska absolutely destroyed Iowa 25-16, 17, and 7 on Friday night.
Not going well tonight, though.
300th consecutive sellout for Nebraska women's volleyball. That is far and away the best in the sport. And not going well. They lose 31-29.
Down 4-3 in the third, already lost the first 2 sets.
They lost the first 2 sets. They were up 9-3 in the second, and then ultimately lost 25-21. So
they
Nebraska
need a setter.
ball.
I mean, they desperately need a big-time setter. We were saying before the show, could you imagine this team and Kelly Hunter, if Kelly Hunter were on this team? That's what they're missing. But they don't have that. And they're trying the 6-2. We'll see where it goes. And they're very young. They're a young volleyball team, and they've gotten better. But they're up against Ohio State. Ohio State hasn't lost a match since they lost to Nebraska on September 24th.
Yep.
So they're facing a really tough challenge. We knew that going in.